Welcome to the Phoenix Podcast, ladies, gentlemen, and Trump supporters. Um, I am your host, Phoenix, joined by with the other host of the Good Establishment, Chris.
Heyo.
Drew.
Oh, this shit was fucking up on me. Peace and blessings.
Told you.
Oh, wow, this is going to be one. And Tristan.
Good evening, good evening.
Now this is not. Oh, I almost slipped up. Wants to be Jamaican.
Wants to. We'll talk about it later.
Yeah.
So, rhetoric out the way, we can jump right into the show. You can reach us by email, the feedback at thephoenixpodcast.com. Voicemail 678-753-5144. I know I probably messed it up. It'll be in the show notes. Don't worry.
They can read it online.
There's a couple of topics that we have going here tonight, Drew. I told you to watch something.
Oh yeah.
Did you complete it?
Yeah, I watched the first episode. I didn't know it was a series. When you said documentary, I thought it was like a one-off. I didn't watch the second one, but it's definitely interesting stuff to see.
We'll table that for next week.
Well, you want me to watch all of it before going?
Yes, it gets vastly more interesting.
No, watch all of it right now as we continue to record. Do it.
No, I didn't know if he meant table it toward later in the show or
No.
said another show.
The name of the show is called The Outside Man, starring Reggie Yates. And I'll go into next week why or how I got started looking at this show.
Oh my god!
It wasn't because I was like, "Oh, documentary," but so a couple of things have happened.
Oh, documentary.
I don't know who does that. If they do, they definitely don't listen to this show.
Yeah, right. A couple of things have happened, and huge congratulations to Uncle Phil Spencer. He is now he has a seat at the table. He has been promoted to executive vice president of gaming for Microsoft, and now he is in control over every piece of the gaming division for them, be it PC, Xbox, or whatever else they come down the road. Congratulations, team. What else has come out? I can't really think right now. Marvel vs. Capcom, Destiny 2, we'll go over that. But I know Chris has been itching to talk about The Punisher and its trailer that has dropped. So, Chris, the floor is yours.
Hooray! Real violence is back, ladies and gentlemen. Rejoice. Frank is back. What we know thus far from the trailer is that it's going to be awesome. It's not going to be mid-fenders bullshit all over again. It's basic. I want to say it's basic Frank Castle shit, basic Punisher stories. Saw a couple of, I want to say, well-known characters, but if you don't read it, you really don't know. It's a guy in it, Microchip. I'm pretty sure you guys might have figured out that's who his friend is, the one who he was talking to, the guy in the trailer who was saying something about helping him out. And Frank said he wanted to kill them all. He was like, yeah, I'm down with that. That's Microchip. That's his guy in the chair, as Ned put it in the Spider-Man Homecoming movie. Yeah, Microchip is his dude in the chair. He's the dude who helps him basically, just his eye in the sky, basically. He gets him from point A to point B to efficiently kill and hooks him up with all sorts of shit. He's also a tech wizard, so on and so forth. I think, I'm not positive, but I think the main, I don't even want to call it villain, because Punisher's he's an anybody get it type of person. He doesn't really like fight Doctor Dooms and shit like that. But I'm assuming the main antagonist of this is going to be Jigsaw. Jigsaw was a mafia member who grew up in a abused household and then ended up abusing his own family. And he was a real pretty motherfucker, and they used to call him the Butte. Then he turned into Jigsaw when he fucked with the Punisher, and the Punisher threw him through a glass pane, and his face got all discombobulated and fucked up, and they call him the Jigsaw. He's basically a really strong, dope-ass fighter, and he was a really... was he high? I'm not sure how high he was in the Mafia, but he was a decorated hitman in the family that he was in. But as far as that's concerned, the style that it looks like it's going to be in looks dope. A lot of people are comparing it to shit like Jason Bourne. I wouldn't even say that because Jason Bourne is just some douchebag in khakis and ain't no shit. And John Barenthal's putting his all into it. And I can see that shit from the trailer. And I already know it's going to be fire. The reason number one I know it's going to be fire, A, because it's the Punisher. B, they used fucking Metallica song for that trailer. And then they synced up all the gun cocking and clip reloading and bullets firing.
You forgot C.
With the rhythm and the beat of the music. It don't get no better than that.
No Danny Rand.
What happened?
He said no Danny Rand. That was funny.
Oh, yeah. Anything that doesn't have Finn Blowhard.
Yeah, they need to just write his ass out.
I mean,
Just
at this
let the
point, there's
Iron
really
Fist-
no.
It's gonna die.
I don't know, but I'm excited for it. I know a lot of people are excited for it. You could tell by the comments, and everything and anywhere was posted these past 2 days. So, yeah, you'll be hearing a lot from me.
They're expecting more violence compared to even what you got in Defenders when you had 4 superheroes. And Defenders.
Well, because
I'm not just going to throw the fun
full
fact.
violence.
There was violence in the Defenders?
Well, yeah, straight violence.
Oh.
That.
Well, I said
Must have
more
missed
than
it.
with 4 superheroes.
I mean,
Yeah.
anything's
it
more than
wasn't
0,
until, like,
but yeah, go on.
Well, no, I mean,
That's math.
yeah, I mean, you could give them
Arithmetic.
you could give them the fight in the hand office, and maybe the little bit in the restaurant.
You know what I noticed from the trailer though? Marvel TV loves a good hallway scene. And
well, yeah, we know this.
When Frank jumped down with that fire hose.
Oh yeah, that was fire.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's going to be so much more to that scene. Yeah, I'm not gonna.
Yeah, but I mean, it looked like it could reach Daredevil levels hallway, but we'll see.
That's all they're trying to go for.
Yeah, I mean, because the whole
that's the GOAT fight scene of all their shows right now.
This TV series needs more hallways.
No, yeah, because the big payoff from season 2 of Daredevil was the whole thing between him and the Punisher, and then that hallway scene that ensued right after.
It wasn't just that it was a hallway; it was just the way that they shot it. Like that was like good freaking filmmaking right there.
Yeah,
the shit was fire.
Choreograph, everything's delicious, and
the freaking
of them on the roof was basically straight out of. I mean, the whole. I'm just ready for. I'm coming from.
Defender. When you mentioned Defenders, remember we talked about it briefly yesterday. That it was like the least watch Marvel show, I believe. The article is something to that extent, but basically, the Defenders didn't do with viewership, which is just surprising with bringing it all together, where it didn't really garnish the fan base as the other shows did, which even people able to sit through Iron Fist is still fucking amazing to me.
Yeah, I'm surprised it did worse than Iron Fist, actually.
I mean,
what was that?
I'm not going to say surprised, because if you think about Luke Cage, after the first 6 episodes, then Iron Fist, and then this, that's kind of what I was talking to Chris. I'm kind of like nervous for Daredevil. I mean, not Daredevil, Punisher, because it's like, this is their last shot with me. Because if they can't get this right, the only show going forward from them that I'm going to be watching is Daredevil. Like,
I don't think.
Fucking up,
I,
Jessica
I mean,
Jones.
they don't. I don't think they can mess this up. I mean, from the
don't
trailer
say
alone.
don't do that now because they've shown with
Well, I know. No, I mean they have because they Defenders was looking good prior. But I mean, the amount of violence that Frank needs, like he's not a big talker. You know what I'm saying? So it's like Punisher has a goal, and he's gonna get to the goal with bullets. So it's like, how are you gonna fuck this up? And I mean, just from the Punisher that they did so far, they did it right. So, but I mean, like you said, there's always room for failure.
because I don't know if you saw today that basically the Inhumans, two things going on there. One, in order to get viewership, they're throwing the Avengers Infinity War trailer with that show. Now, we know we can go online after that and watch it from there.
Mm-hmm.
But also, ABC has basically all but canceled the show, and it hasn't even premiered yet. And the reason why a lot of people are saying that it's getting canceled, I think Variety reported that today, is they're saying watch the complete series. No show that I've ever seen that debuts would say watch the complete series. And they definitely had plans to do a season 2. But amidst the horrible reviews, the fact that it basically barely made its money back to break even in IMAX is a telling story. I think that should have stayed with the MCU proper versus going to ABC of all places.
Yeah, I mean, it's just weird the way the properties are being handled because the other one on FX, the name's slipping my tongue right now. It's with an L, I believe. Yeah, Legion. Legion was real good.
I just finished episode 2, by the way, of Legion.
Talk to me when you're done because it's just so like you have to watch Legion in completion to really like the story comes together, of course, but you want to keep watching it. Like I was watching it on a weekly basis, and every week after an episode, I was just ready for the next one. So, yeah, definitely try to finish that because, like, they did that show right, and like you're ready for season 2 of that. So it's just weird, like with all these characters jumping around and all the different people heading these projects, that some are getting it right, but Marvel TV on Netflix has just really been on a downward slope as of late with their last 3 shows.
I think. And this is just my thought. When you look at Marvel film and Marvel TV, where Feige has everything he wants in order, and it looks like Joseph Lob, he's spreading himself too thin, I think, because the best stuff... I think the best stuff that they're doing on TV outside of some of the Netflix properties are Legion and Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., especially after last season of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
It's just bad writing, man. There's not too much to even think into it. They're taking good characters, and it's like maybe they're overthinking it because there was no reason. Well, I don't even get it because Iron Fist is like there wasn't enough action, and then they casted a corny guy for it. Because there's a lot of good supporting characters in Iron Fist. And then Defenders, they just, like, what was it? Until, like, episode 4 or 5, you even see a team-up move. I mean, yes, even granted Avengers, we didn't see team-up moves until the end on the first one. But still, there was still action. The story you wanted the story. Like, they didn't even feel like like, the best part was them kind of coming together with, like, their paths cross. But it's still like you're just not into the characters enough in that show. It's just bad writing right now.
And
Luke Cage was too long.
The fact that you wasted the Gorn in the way that happened fucked the whole thing.
Oh yeah, oh my god, yeah, even that, like all of that shit. How she went out, like I was like, wait, what? It's like I didn't like the way that they're focusing on Elektra. It's like the crazy thing is I feel like the next Daredevil is definitely going to be good again. Also,
you got Kingpin coming back.
Yeah, Kingpin coming back, and then Elektra's being such a big role. Like it's just like they use the Gorn to just make Elektra bigger for whatever reason. I don't know. It's like they wasted her character. But I mean, it's not like she can't come back anyways. The fucking hand. But
They
It
need
is
to
a
stay
comic.
away from the Hand for like the foreseeable future. Because they didn't even season 1 of Daredevil. You saw a big.
He
How can I
took
be?
he took on the fucking Hand.
No,
Like,
no, 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 no.
It
I'm
wasn't in
talking
season
about
one.
oh no,
no
that was
the
two.
big
The
Asian
two.
guy when they panned on him and he had this big brolic back and he just turned around to the camera like that and then they cut and they never explained who that was. Because I just rewatched season 1 the other day, and they never explained who this guy was or what connection he has to Daredevil or what's the blind white guy?
Stick.
I was going to call him Chopsticks. Wow. Um,
Mhm.
Maybe he's Mr. Gao.
Mr. Gal Palm.
Problematic.
I think on the Netflix side, the showrunner that they had for Daredevil, the original first season he didn't come back for season 2, which I'm glad he didn't because the new showrunner did an amazing job with season 2. He was a showrunner for the Defenders. And I don't know why Marvel decided to do 8 episodes if you knew you had so much story to tell. And I'm kind of worried about what's her face, Jessica Jones at this point because they only did 5 months of filming.
They did too much storytelling in fucking Defenders. Like,
But that's my point. I think after the first episode, because the first episode I was bored shitless, right? And I get why they had to do it because you had to see what brought them all together. After that, it should have been
they
like
should have been
boom.
together by like episode 3, bro. Like even by the like it was enough. Like they could have had them each. Even though you look at it like it's an hour show, a half-hour segment of each of their stories. So you did each Defender in a half hour for the first 2 episodes of whatever is going on. By episode 3, it could have been the meet up at the building. There was just so much fluff in that whole series.
No, they should have been together by the end of the first episode.
That's what I agree with.
Because
I mean, I can see that, but I don't mind story.
no,
I don't
because
mind
there's
story.
no more separate story to flesh out for any of those 4 anymore. They've all had their own show.
They all had the individual. Like they could have just briefly touched upon
if the point of the goddamn thing is for them to come together, you could wrap that up in 1 episode at 45-minute mark.
And
you
then
could
from
end with
there,
them all getting together, and then from then you do shit with them, either all 4 of them together or split up into groups and shit.
right?
There's no reason for all of that long ass. He got to fuck Claire Temple because he came off the fucking prison bus. This
Bustelo.
this ugly douchebag got to hang out with fucking hot little samurai girl. Like, there's none. This shit is nonsense.
It's bad writing. They're really not writing the shows well. And it was just real sad because with the new Defenders comic series, where it's like fucking amazing, like that shit is fucking
polar opposite.
Yo, and when that shit came out, we was like hyped for the show too. It was like, yo, this comic is real good. So they could maybe like if they talk to the writers or something, this maybe influence it. Yeah, I mean clearly it's not happening because right now Marvel, comic wise, is in a good place with a lot of stories that they have.
The only division, yeah, the only place that actually taps into the comic realm is DC animated films. DC animated films, there ain't nobody touching them in that area.
That's about it.
Yeah,
the TV stuff, I don't really watch that TV stuff. I think Kevin Smith did a couple episodes of The Flash and Supergirl, which I have still yet to watch.
I mean, Ryan does a really good job of dragging a lot of Deadpool elements from the comic into the movie. So I don't really see why that's such a problem for a lot of other.
Well, I mean,
whatever.
They're definitely not stranger to it. Freaking MCU, the Avengers Civil War has a lot of parallels to the comic.
But look who did it, though. You know what I mean? Like, and I don't mean to cut you off, but look who did that film. When you took, let's look at Phase 1 as a whole. Every movie was a shit show except the first Iron Man movie. I think that can all be attested to.
Then they didn't touch copy then. They were just winging it.
But see, I don't think they had a structure, so to speak, at that point. And then was the first Avengers...
I mean, they didn't, and you could tell they didn't really have a structure.
Right.
They didn't really, they did. I think they totally winged that shit.
I think, and then when you get to the first Avengers movie, while it wasn't a perfect movie, it still was the quote unquote payoff from sitting through the shit show that was Phase One. And then when you got to not Civil War, Winter Soldier, I like what the Russos, their effect to it was, let's take the comic book element out of this, because clearly that didn't work the first time. Let's bring this down into a spy espionage film, and that this could really take place in today's society to a degree. And that worked. That hit a reset button for them as far as the MCU goes. And I think that's exactly why I'm pumped as hell to see Thor Ragnarok, because Kevin Feige, the director of Thor Ragnarok, and Hemsworth all keep saying this is the Winter Soldier for Phase 3. And if that's the case, we're about to hit the reset button again. And mind you, this is before we get to Infinity War. So it's kind of like, what can this movie do in only an hour and 40 minutes?
It's going to set a lot of bases for Infinity War.
Not an hour and 40 minutes. I'm sorry, 140 minutes.
I think it's set in. I was about to say, shit, that's short as fuck. It's gonna really set the platform, I think, for Phase 3, because with introducing Thanos and everything, and there's still a lot of different stories, and then we have Black Panther right after that with the Earth Realm, and then with Bucky, what's going on with him, and then Black Panther's story now, and how he's gonna he's connected to Iron Man, he's connected to Captain America. There's so much story in so many places they can go. Like, there's nothing to worry about that.
I think it's interesting that Phoenix accidentally said, it's sort of a Freudian slip, hour and 40 minutes, because I think these movies are starting to get too fucking long for me.
Yeah,
I don't mind it being long as it's an entertaining. The longest comic book movie I think was The Dark Knight, right? I was thoroughly enjoying that movie from start to finish.
It was long as fuck. It's a long movie, but it was good as fuck.
Now, watching it now, can I pinpoint the slow moments? Absolutely. But I think those slow moments help amplify down the road where the bigger moments happen. And I think with the MCU, if the story is like Civil War, was it a long movie? Yeah, it was a long movie, but I think the storytelling aspect of it is what I
went to every fucking country in the world.
Yeah, they were all over. The action, when the action did happen, it made up for everything. Like, the airport, but my
ass hurts.
The airport was amazing.
Sitting in the fucking theater for fucking forever.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's all right. We have our new theater now. Now we have to buy 2 meals when we go to those movies because they're there so fucking long.
I'm gonna be so drunk.
Yeah, their food is good anyway, and those fucking milkshakes. I wish the milkshakes were stronger.
Brings all the boys to the yard.
No, pause. Yeah.
Well done.
Y'all got anything else on the shows and shit like that? On the movies?
The only thing I think, because this was a perfect lead-in since we were talking about Robert Downey Jr. versus Capcom Infinite came out, aka Marvel versus Capcom.
That's where I was going next anyway, so there you go.
Let me go ahead and bow out of this horse shit.
Yeah, Tristan, this is all you.
Finally.
Since Tristan is the resident fighting game person,
I guess.
I'll let him right. I'll let him speak, but as a person who only wanted this game for one reason and one reason only.
Wasn't it 2 reasons?
Was it 2 reasons?
Iron Man and Pepper Potts in space?
Yes, that good point. Pepper Potts in space. I hate you for calling her that. Are you
fucking kidding me?
No, that's Carol Danvers. That's who he calls Pepper Potts in space.
Yeah.
Definitely get the fuck out of here. I don't want no part of Carol Danvers.
Did you beat the campaign yet?
We'll get ready. Yeah, I beat it.
Okay, so I guess we could talk about that first, and I'll let you go off on the tangent.
Go for it.
I think the campaign was rushed, especially when you have competition like Injustice 2 that's out there. That's from start to finish is a great story, a great fighting game all the way around, and then it's like you get to this game where the character animation looks like absolute horse piss. Apparently they made this game in 9 months, but with like a shit ton of studios working on it.
Right.
I wasn't I could have done without playing that campaign. It's much, like I could care less. Truth be told, is that how you felt?
I think it was just a waste of time. Honestly, it was a waste of time. Let's be real. Just because, and just to give a little bit of background, it's mildly unfair to compare it to Injustice because Injustice for one is Injustice 2. So one, they have enough backstory from Injustice 1 to continue to this. They also have actual comic book lore that they can use for this. And then two, NetherRealm, the people who did Injustice, had experience doing story modes with Mortal Kombat X and I think Mortal Kombat 9, they did it there as well, which they did a really good job, which is actually what started this whole we need a story mode in our fighters type shit because it started with them. But in terms of this story mode, it was shit. The story didn't make any sense. They just kind of shoehorned people together. I get it. People want like a campaign to play, but if that's the case, then actually put some like effort behind it. And then certain characters really didn't make sense to be there because if you're really thinking about it, did you really need Arthur? Spencer really did nothing. Funny enough, Iron Man contributed nothing to the story mode. I'm sorry, Phoenix, but they did not.
No,
give
I'm
him
agreeing
anything.
I'm agreeing. Like I'm not disagreeing with you at all.
Like no disrespect, obviously, to Jesus himself in your eyes, but like he was like so one note. Like certain people got like obviously better character expositions than others, like Rocket Raccoon, obviously. Like all the people who are like the mild bit of comedy, I think got a little bit more. But even that, the comedy in that was lacking. Everything in that was lacking. It was just a lot of convenience in that story. Oh, we need to get the stones? All right, well, it's here, here, and here. Let's just go get it. Oh, I don't think you should use the stone. I'm going to fight you. All right, we have all the stones. Let's fight the bad guy. Like, also, this was all of, I think you could beat in like, what, 2 hours?
Yeah.
So was it really worth it? Like,
I think there was one funny part in the story, and it involved Rocket and Mega Man.
What asking just, like what kind of batteries he takes?
Real quick, could they just like when they were looking for the Infinity Gems, like they just found the stones, like it was nothing, right?
No, Thanos told them where they were, so to speak. But basically, yeah. Oh, it's here. We automatically know where it's at. Boom.
And
okay, yeah, because that's
up.
not right. Those fucking things are harder to find than Dragon Balls with the radar. But I'll let y'all continue.
Right.
But
if you can't find it, then you can't progress the story. So.
And here's the thing that kind of okay. Well, let me get back to the comedy part. It was the point where the Power Stone was in that thing.
Oh, and Mega Man was like, "Do I have the power? Am I worthy of grabbing the stone?"
And then Rocket's like, "Oh, got it.
Got it. Next." That was cute, but even that was like really, I don't know, like, because like Rocket's delivery was fine, but then it moves to Mega Man, and Mega Man is obviously, I guess, because he's a robot, so he doesn't understand what emotion and comedy is, so he just falls flat. I don't know.
I think if you look back at the comic lore,
he's a real boy,
right?
But if you look at like for us who read the comic books, who know the material, when you play this game, and you just see like T'Challa holding the Soul Stone, and you're like, I thought you would die if a regular human being were to hold an Infinity Stone. Like that didn't make sense to me.
He was like, "Here, take it."
Just gave it straight to Captain America, and Captain America didn't blow up. T'Challa didn't blow up. Raccoon didn't blow up, and he almost blew up if it wasn't for Star-Lord and Batista and Zendaya, whatever her name is.
Shut up.
Like it just didn't go with the mode. What's her name? Zoe Saldana. That's it. I said it. Wow. Anyhow.
Jesus. Katie fucking Christ. Batista and Zendaya.
Sounds like two WWE's new fighters.
Right. Right. But to me, that's a problem as far as, I mean, for the average casual fighting fan or who doesn't know the lore, it's like, oh, okay, cool. But nowadays you have to understand that people who are playing this game have seen the bulk of what the MCU is doing. And they've explained in that regular people can't hold those stones. It's too powerful for them. So that kind of threw me off. And then what? Ultron couldn't hold the Soul Stone, so it made him blow up.
Oh yeah, because he didn't have a heart.
Yeah, and I'm like, What? This
So
makes
this
no
is
Wizard
sense.
Kingdom
of Oz?
Hearts now?
Yeah,
It was great.
the Heartless have come
That
up.
sounds like shit.
Dante was like, "You can't hold a soul stone."
How's fighting online?
Oh, good.
Shit.
Tristan, you take this one.
Okay, actual fighting online, like the netcode and stuff, is good. It's actually kind of shady because if you're in a lobby, it'll tell you which one of your friends has a shitty internet, so that way you can say, "No, it's not me, it's you." But the actual netcode is good. One of my issues I have with fighting online is that for Street Fighter V, Capcom has this option where you can literally just turn on like rank and casual matches and it's just searches in the background. So you can just do whatever. Actually, I think they had that in like Street Fighter 4 and Marvel's Capcom 3.
Yeah,
You
they
could
had
do
it in
whatever.
4. Yeah.
You could do
And
whatever
it
you
just
want,
pops up.
arcade mode, whatever, and then it just pops up with a match when it finds one. It doesn't have that in this game. So I have to sit there and just search for a match. No opponents found. Hit again. No
Yep.
opponents found. And just sit there. And I'm just like, I guess I'm not going to say it. I guess no one's playing this game right now because I was literally like me and one other person just fighting each other endlessly. Like literally searching for people, finding each other again.
The same person.
Yeah, I can find the same person. But I mean,
That
the
doesn't
fighting
make
is
sense.
Sounds
is
like
cool.
that goddamn DBZ beta.
Yeah, I was gonna
We
say
will
that
get
too.
to that.
Yeah, I was about to say that too.
But yeah, the fighting's
But-
cool. The UI is literally trash. Such trash. Everything about this.
Really?
Everything about the like shut up. Everything about this.
It doesn't make sense though. Capcom has one fucking job, man.
But
they had 9 months to do this job. So I'm pretty sure all
there's no
their big
reason to rush. There's no like Street Fighter 5 came out.
Street Fighter
There's no
5 came
reason.
out and
I'd
didn't
rather-
have an arcade mode. That is not a comparison point. They rushed that too.
Yes, it is because they fucking rushed it. Yeah, they did.
But here's the thing that you have to understand, though, and Capcom, and Roger always yells at me for this because I always have to yell at him for it. Capcom's been doing this since Street Fighter 2 on Super Nintendo. What do they always come out with like 6 or 7 months later? An ultimate version of that game that has all the shit that should have been in the first one.
Yeah. Well, I guess yeah.
They did it with MVC3.
Literally 6
That's
months
true.
later, they came out with Ultimate, which was what the game was supposed to be.
So it's
Mhm.
like,
And they still
fucking-
gave you Hawkeye. Don't know why.
I don't know.
This guy hates
I don't
Hawkeye.
know.
Yeah.
No, but
I guess-
and when I was playing the story mode and Hawkeye was on top of Avengers Tower just shooting these the Ultron bots, I'm sitting here looking like, okay, this is why Chris hates this guy. I get it now.
I want
He's a douche.
someone to give me a legitimate explanation for why these dong dangles like Green Arrow and fucking Hawkeye can even hang out with dudes that can move mountains with their minds. That shit is bullshit still.
Mhm.
I don't get it. I do not get it.
He doesn't miss.
Fuck out of here, man. He should be a street level hero like
Deadshot
these
doesn't
other
miss.
defender douchers. He shouldn't be in space. He should be on the block. He should be a beat cop
On the
with a
block.
fucking quiver. Get the fuck out of here.
Well, here's
Why
a
are you
question
in
I have.
space with arrows.
Here, Rose, like the Europes. Here's a question I have because Stan Lee has come out over the course of the past week and a half that Marvel Studios is
With some
working
terrible
with Fox.
coughs.
Well, that too is working with Fox to see how they can incorporate the X-Men and Fantastic Four into the MCU. How do you feel about that?
Man, get out of here.
Yeah,
Man, get out of here.
Basically, I don't need to. If they do another Fantastic Four movie, I'm not paying my money to see that shit. I don't give a
Bro,
fuck.
I'm
who
over it.
to-
I'm
yeah,
over
they-
it.
They've been trying multiple times.
over
It's
it.
not happening.
I don't even care anymore. This was a wet dream in the early days of these movies. It
And
ain't
Madonna?
that big a deal no more.
Maybe if they bring back Jessica
Yeah,
Alba.
I don't. Yeah, it's not.
I think if
fucking deal
Marvel-
anymore.
I think if Marvel were to
No.
bring them in and tell the story like they did with Spider-Man, where you already have these powers, we don't need an origin story. I think that would work. But I'm not pumped.
Okay, yeah,
I
but here's another big trick that you have to work around though. You got to get some decent, capable actors to pull this off. The one dude who had Wolverine down packed is now gone from the
Yeah.
role forever. We don't want no more Jennifer Lawrence Mystique. So please keep that bitch
Yeah.
far away
I
That's
don't.
from anything reboot wise as far as the X-Men are concerned. If you
Bring back
Casting-
Rebecca
drag
Romijn.
casting-
them into the
Casting
Marvel
Wolverine.
universe.
I would love
Casting
Rebecca
Wolverine.
Romaine back.
She was great. She was fine. There's nothing
But
wrong with her
casting-
as Mystique.
Casting Wolverine is too big of a challenge, man.
There's only one
It's
other
too
person
big.
It was
that I
like-
would want to
'cause
play Wolverine. That's Tom Hardy.
Yeah, that's the only other person I can honestly see. But that's only because he's a
I
good
mean,
actor. I
fuck-
think he could pull
yeah,
it
I
off.
fuck with
It
Tom
ain't got
Hardy.
nothing to
He's a
do with
good
look.
actor.
Yeah, it's just.
Yeah, no.
But this
he's a
dude,
good
Hugh
actor.
Jackman, was born to play Wolverine.
Yeah, he killed it, and he fucking gave so much of his time to that shit. But
It was one of those hit the nail on the head fucking casting choices that they. The other one being, of course, Robert Downey Jr. as Tony Stark and Patrick Stewart as fucking Professor X. You can't get any more on the nose than those.
the
Like, I
Magneto
mean-
casting was pretty good, solid also.
Yeah, Ian McKellen isn't bad, but it's not exactly as on the nose as those three.
I think
Nah,
Ian
you're right.
McKellen turned the
I need my
character
Magneto
into
to
what
be in
he
shape.
wanted. I need my Magneto to be a fucking prickhead. That's what I need Magneto to be. And Ian
I
McKellen
need my
was
Well, he
Magneto to
was-
look like he just can't step out of Equinox.
Yeah, that's because we're too like used to Buff Nito. We don't know any
Yeah.
other fucking.
Well, yeah,
Magneto
they
besides.
or the way. Go ahead.
no, that's it. They just cast him as the older Magneto, so it's not like the same. They need like a mid 40s.
They tried that with Tom Fassbender, right?
Yeah,
I hate his last name.
with Michael Hiddleston, whatever the fuck.
Yeah,
It's
he
Michael
wasn't bad either.
Fassbender.
I
Those
liked
two
him.
very obviously looking like the same guy.
No, they don't. Oh my
I mean-
god! Like no,
I mean-
no one could ever play Loki like Tom Hiddleston. I'm sorry.
Hmm.
I said it. Tom Hiddleston.
I think someone can. I just don't know their name yet.
Probably Jim Carrey. I don't fucking know.
I
know.
I don't care, to be honest.
No, he's too comedic for it. Serious.
I mean,
Like,
they
Sam, he's
cast
a-
this
he's a-
motherfucker as the
Well, no,
Riddler,
he could.
so
No, well,
anything is
no.
possible.
No, actually, Jim Carrey would work because Carrey can be he could be sarcastic, like everything. Ace Ventura,
I mean,
all those characters.
Jim
are
Carrey's just a
sarcastic and-
phenomenal actor, period, comedic or otherwise.
Yeah.
But he's not going to
Yeah,
be
but
no
I'm just
fucking
saying in the
Loki.
type of comedy.
He's too woke
Yeah,
right
he's
now
not gonna
anyway.
do it.
His third eye is
Yeah.
super open. He's not.
Yeah.
He's not going to
Why,
be
why are
doing
we?
anything
Why are we
anytime
here?
soon.
Why are we doing this show
Nothing-
right now?
Deactivated
Hey.
starring gun.
Hey, Jim, what's going on with you today? I don't exist. You don't exist. Nothing exists. None of this matters.
Why are we
I just-
here?
I just-
Awarding for what?
I just asked you how you're doing, but sure, okay. I mean, I love Jim
Yeah,
Carrey.
he went on a crazy rant.
I mean, he basically was saying some real shit, but you know, at the same time, do a movie.
Why are we
Jim. We like you. We do a movie. We love your movies.
He might be over. He might be over.
Oh,
this
he's
shit.
definitely over in Hollywood. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know. Keanu Reeves seems to stay grounded and still able to be in movies and shit. I mean, I guess Carrey's
Well,
just
that's
too
because
woke
he
for
doesn't
that.
have to. He doesn't have to fucking act. Keanu Reeves barely talks in any
This
of
is
his
true.
movies.
This is
Look,
true.
fucking Neo.
I know Kung Fu.
and John Wick. Yeah, yo.
That's
look, when you think
That's
about
why
it,
he's the
like,
greatest actor of all time.
Yo, you think about all his big movies. The only one he really talked a lot was in like Point Break.
Barely. The shit he was saying in Point Break, you can't even classify that as acting.
Yeah, really. He
He was 100% being himself. Johnny Utah
Yeah.
is Keanu Reeves.
yeah.
That's the same
Right,
fucking
In that
then,
movie,
really-
but the fact that you said Point Break reminds me of the first Avengers movie when Tony was like, "Nice swing there, Point Break."
Oh.
Oh my.
Yeah, he's basically calling him fucking Brody from Point Break because Thor
Yeah.
looked like Patrick Swayze in it.
But a quick fuck you to the remake of that too.
Rest
by
in
the
peace,
way.
Swayze. Oh no,
Rest in
please,
peace to Swayze.
don't. No,
And-
no,
you have to give.
That was a
we never-
disgrace.
Yes, that was that's something that didn't like. Okay, that's something else they're about to touch. They're about to make the Terminator over. Like why?
Why? This
This
is like 4 of them.
And they're making this. as
The
a
only
remake.
reason I would say I would go see it is because
Just continue it.
Cameron is back to do it, and James Cameron made the best Terminator movie, hands down, in my opinion. And
Well,
then
I
you
mean, granted. See, I would want that as a remake, just with the new technology. You can just give me the same exact movie, same script and everything. T2. I'll take that whole movie all over. Because even with that technology, then the shit was dope. But with the shit we have now, the shit would look even crazier.
I don't know.
That's
They've
why
done
I'm glad-
that too many times.
Yeah, I'm. That's why I'm glad my tastes are like low key now. I just watch Sharknado and hang out.
Good night.
I don't worry about all
Sharknado.
this.
I don't necessarily need it. I think resources and great
NATO, Kung Fury. I'm just hanging out.
like
I'm waiting for the next low key thing.
no, they don't need to put the resources in it. Like that's definitely, but if they did it, I mean, yeah, that's it. But fuck you to the Point Break remake. That was a disaster. It shouldn't have happened. And everyone who greenlighted that, fuck you. Yeah.
Well, I'm pretty sure most of those people don't work in Hollywood anymore. So
Yeah, there's no way they don't have it. They don't have a job anymore.
they took them out back and shot them all in the head, probably.
Next game, gentlemen, or yeah, still got Marvel shit.
I'm good.
I'm done. If you want to talk about Destiny, I will say this, and I will be
Destiny.
done. Destiny 2 has a great campaign. The raid is quite possibly the worst raid in Destiny. Period.
Why do you say that?
First, okay, so here's the reason I say that. The first Destiny game, any point of any other raids, Oryx, Crota, Vault of Glass, you didn't need quote unquote pristine precision in that. In this one, if you are off by a millisecond, you gotta fucking wipe every fucking time, no matter what part of the raid that you're in. I feel like it's more of a chore to do it, and people just want to do it just to get the trophy. I don't know what those are really, or achievements, or as Nintendo call them, I don't know what they call theirs, prizes. I don't know.
They have those?
Like Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah, the Switch has achievements.
For fucking tickets out the machine when you play skee ball? The fuck? Prizes.
Mario dollars.
Yeah, Della dollars.
Della dollars.
I think the Nightfall.
Fucking Kirby bucks.
I think the Nightfall is quite possibly the worst thing about this
Pokemon
game as well.
Pesos.
Yeah. Just because you have to do it in a time limit, and either you have to kill characters at 2 seconds on, which means everybody's got to do something. And I'm not completely against that, but when you have a quest in the game to get an exotic weapon called the Rat King, which is a handgun, in giggity, and it's not fun. It's just purely not fun. And the only reason I wanted to complete the Nightfall, and I did that with like 5 seconds left on the clock, so I can get an 80-point achievement and call it a day. I literally have no incentive to go into the Nightfall every week. I don't have a incentive to beat the raid outside of getting an achievement. I don't care to beat the raid. If this is the way that Bungie is going with this game going forward, I don't need to be a part of this game. I don't need to be a part of the community with this game. So for me, outside of the story aspect and the looting that you can do in this game, I just think the game's rather basic, and I know I'll probably get flack for that, but it's my opinion.
I'm very surprised from all the time we've talked and we've both been online playing the game. I didn't know all of this because I'm basically the opposite of everything you're saying there. I wasn't sure I was going to be coming back to Destiny because of 1 and the way it was released and everything, but there's a lot of improvements. They incorporated more story in it. I didn't pay attention to none of that shit. I skipped all of it. I just wanted to get the story over with to get to the meat and potatoes of the game. But even with that, where it doesn't feel as it's tedious at times, of course, with the farming of like materials on certain planets and shit like that. But the challenges, like you can come in and have a little fun, knock them out, and go on with your day. The public events are real good. I like everything that Phoenix has said there in terms of like the challenges of the raid, the challenges of the Nightfall. I like it where it gives me a challenge where it's just not me coming every week shooting shit up and going on my way. It gives a little more a different aspect to it where I like the challenge in games because it would easily get boring. But yes, as he was saying, it is frustrating. I haven't even started to raid myself, but watching the videos, things like that, where it's definitely different where you can't carry somebody. Like back in Destiny 1, you could do a raid with 5 people and have one person where basically they're either trying to rank up or they just need to get it done for the week and you carry them. Yeah, but that's not happening with this raid. This raid, everyone has to be on point. There has to be communication. And that's like you said, you can one small mistake and you're finished. So I'm quite interested. Like I like where a lot of the changes they did make. It really looks like that Destiny 1 was kind of like a test run, a beta, and they kind of fine-tuned it. Just find different ways to keep people playing. It's only like certain people where I was reading stuff on Reddit. It's just like the people with no life, or like they have some great job or don't work, that play so hardcore that they're bored of it already. But there's still so much for me to do, being that I'm casually playing the game. So I'm for the most part enjoying it. I've been neglecting Overwatch, unfortunately, and but more than likely I'm gonna take some time off from Destiny toward the end of the month when Cuphead comes out. I'll knock that out real quick.
Cuphead comes out on Tuesday, the same day as Spider-Man: Homecoming on digital platforms.
Oh, is this Tuesday coming up? Oh shit, I gotta fucking play my shit. Fucking, that's a free commercial. Sony, cut the check. Microsoft cut the check. Shit. Yeah, but do we have any other more commercials before I go back? No, but I'm enjoying a lot of Destiny.
I don't know why that shit is making me laugh.
It was such a like organic commercial, like it was real on the show. All right, before we go on, this show is sponsored by Spider-Man: Homecoming.
He came back to the mic.
No, there is one thing though. Since you said Microsoft cut the check, I want to again. I think. Shut up, Chris.
This guy is fucking tickled.
Yeah, I'm done.
It's just because when you said that, I was like, "Oh, speaking of Tuesday, boom, here we go. Let's plug that real quick, right?" So
that's what she said.
Yeah, definitely.
Someone who speaks English, finally. I think Microsoft has been very good as far as keeping up with demand for the Xbox One. This past weekend, they gave retailers more Xbox One consoles to pre-order, and Amazon.
I think it went up yesterday too. Yeah, yesterday.
Amazon's went up yesterday afternoon, and by 6:00 this morning Eastern Standard Time, they were all sold out again. So I think it's great that they're keeping the demand of it, to try to keep up with the demand of it, rather. Because I mean, if you were Nintendo would say, "Okay, we're only going to make 1 million, and then divide that up between 50 states, and we'll get to it when we get to it." So I think it's great that they see the demand and they're trying to actually meet it.
Yeah, speaking of Nintendo, I didn't even realize that I have my Super NES Classic for Comic-Con weekend.
Nice.
So we could get some Mario Kart in. We tried last time, actually.
Wait, are you doing the thing that's today again?
I didn't know if it was still in the air. I was willing. Tracy asked too if everyone's coming back by me after Saturday.
Mabes.
I don't have a Sunday ticket, so I'm gonna come home and get fucked up. So.
Am I the only one that has a Sunday ticket?
You and Tristan.
Yeah, just me.
Yeah.
Okay, well we'll go because there's some stuff that I want to get on that Sunday.
Yeah,
hey,
there's nothing I don't.
Hey,
but we could give a fuck you to them too. They had a AMA yesterday. We was gonna go in there and troll those motherfuckers.
Hey,
but even with that, with the price of the tickets and the 3 separate days, it's so fucking annoying, bro.
Hey.
Yeah. What are you hanging about?
I want. We forgot to get Tristan's review on Destiny 2.
Oh yeah,
no, because Tristan is going to shit all over this because he doesn't know what he's doing.
Come on.
Okay, Tristan, go for it.
This game is toxic trash.
I'm triggered.
This game is evil. It doesn't think about the average man. This is all for FPS heads.
He was having such a rough go of that shit. It was like,
but he wasn't paying attention though. That was the funny part because they tell you when you get done with that initial part, go over here, and Tristan's like, "There's so many waves of people just coming."
It was the best fucking thing I ever seen in my life. It was like watching somebody with no hands try to rub 2 sticks together. He had no idea what he was doing.
That's problematic.
Oh, for people who don't have 2 hands, any fucking way.
Fucking like some reverse Lieutenant Dan guy.
Oh my god!
Any fucking way.
Wow. Okay.
That's problematic.
Reverse Lieutenant Dan would just be somebody with both their legs.
And and no hands, and no, and exactly what you said, a reverse Lieutenant Dan.
I can't stand y'all.
You know what else has no legs? Destiny, because that game's not going to go far.
Somebody, he's triggered.
That's the best.
Well, briefly, it's the time has passed because when it first happened, we was gonna come on here and air this curse him out and whatever, PewDiePie or whatever.
Oh, Duty Pie? I don't give a fuck about that motherfucker.
Yeah,
he's racist. It's fine.
It's just briefly. The biggest thing, like he didn't
the N-word.
Yeah, I was gonna say it on the show and all that too, because being that I can and just throw it in his face, but because he thinks he can.
Ooh, you can say the N-word.
And Piers Morgan likes tweeting it too.
Penis Morgan.
But yeah, the only thing with that whole situation is that's really just annoying, stupid, and needs to stop. Well, we like as gamers, we know that y'all motherfuckers is racist. Like,
and you love saying it.
Since like your first Halo lobby, your first Call of Duty 4 lobby, as soon as you open your mouth, as anyone listens to the show, you know that we're 4 black dudes. And as soon as you come in the lobby with these little 12-year-old white boys in the Midwest, like I was called, damn, can I say it? I'm not gonna say it. I was called the N-word, for everything and anything. Why am I saying the N-word as a black man? I was called nigga for everything and anything.
Only with a hard R.
Oh, yeah, nigger. They was like, how many amount of times I was told my Xbox was stolen, or I'm a criminal, or like any kind of a stereotype and racist, like.
Yeah, we've run the gamut
so,
dealing with these fuckers online.
So with that video with that dude, him saying it didn't mean shit to me. I don't give a fuck. The thing with me is I like my racism up front. Like I'm like that's the good thing about Trump.
I like my racism as an appetizer, just first after.
Well,
don't give me as no entree. I don't want to wait.
No, not like that dumbass tweet. The guy who wants this utopia of Nazis, Black Lives Matter.
Why can't everybody just get along?
Get along.
People with swastikas, rainbow flags, and
Black Lives Matter. This everyone can be friends. Like fuck it, man. This is like have it over a beer.
Yeah, but, sure.
Yeah, I prefer that. So PewDiePie being racist and this and that, I don't care. The thing after is people defending it and trying to say that he isn't racist. That's the issue.
White people
trying to defend racism are water it down.
And like that one Uncle Tom that Bodman cussed out.
Who? Which one?
Some dude that was like,
I'm black and I don't have a problem.
Yeah, he said, I'm black and I don't have a problem with it. And if you don't like it, then don't watch his videos. Yeah. Go be a fucking Uncle Tom somewhere.
Yeah, like even especially that's other than the white defense of PewDiePie is the black people who are like this. Oh, that doesn't make he's not racist. Like, do you understand your history? Do you understand like the way this world is set up? That
I just wanted to say to people who were saying don't watch his videos. First of all, I don't watch fucking PewDiePie videos. That's for a start.
The only reason we know about this is the timeline. And when
that motherfucker's not entertaining and or funny. To begin with.
We didn't care when we saw the shit. We was like, all right, whatever. What we doing tonight? Like we did not care.
Secondly, that motherfucker has zero to little skills in the form of gaming to even care about in the first place. The fact that he was getting shitted on and then just blurted that out and then had the audacity.
And it wasn't even that serious, bro. It was
and then had the audacity to say in his apology that he was just trying to find the worst word to call somebody, trying to say the worst thing he could think of. Like, how does that equate an apology, motherfucker? You just basically proved our point.
You know he said it again, right?
No, yeah, he said it again, and with the first time he said it was like acting like a nigga. I was like, wait, what the fuck is that? So you can't say someone is racist if he has painted the term of something you acting a certain way.
Yeah, it's a silly fucking argument to have. It's full of bullshit.
But the guy
excuses.
with the dude from FaZe talking about he grew up poor and all this other shit. So like I don't even get the from point A to fucking 10.
I'm telling you, man,
the shit don't add the fuck up.
I tell you this much, bro. every time that shit happens and white people come to their defense with that wacky ass argument where they all were fucking B Rabbit from 8 Mile, that shit makes me sick to my stomach.
Yo,
son.
I don't get it.
And
What being poor has to do with it,
dude,
bro.
I get it. You think that you're a different type of white person because you too grew up in the ghetto. I
You
understand.
didn't take advantage of your privilege.
Yeah, guess what? It don't work that way, son. Excuse you.
They don't make you one of us because at the end of the day, we're still going to be different. Because if we both get pulled over, there's 100% more chance I'm going to get killed compared to you.
Yeah, because police officers don't know that you grew up poor, motherfucker. They don't see that shit. They don't see that shit like they see the color of our skin. It's a completely different ball game.
You could be sitting there pulled over with a gun on your lap, and they're going to be able to handle that compared to a man sitting in his car with his girl and his kid in the backseat.
Motherfuckers always try to equate like dealing with like discrimination because you're black with just being poor and destitute. Like, motherfucker, that's not all this is.
That's also called that's also called racism, because then you're just associating poor with black people.
Like, do you know how many successful non-poor black people get harassed and pulled over by police and face discrimination on a regular basis? Shut the fuck up with that I grew up poor shit.
Even
man.
other police, motherfuckers beat cops too and get pulled over and still get fucked with. So it's like,
fuck out of here.
Yeah, the only situation I'm not cursing out PewDiePie. Fuck him. That means nothing. Fuck you to all the other people who are racist defending it, because you're basically defending racism.
PewDiePie's still gonna eat off YouTube and whoever the fuck else says
they didn't take him down. Only one developer came out to really speak out against it. So that just shows that, like, I mean, as a developer, you have to know, because they play these games. So when you go in the lobby, we all niggas. That's what they all say to us.
Okay, let's wrap it up soon.
This is just for the topic.
I mean, the base point is that PewDiePie can say that and still have a job, but Cap can't do what he did and play for one NFL team. That's basically the point.
That's the icing right there. That says fucking enough. And this, because the revenue.
Moving on from that horse shit.
I don't. What did I have? I don't know if I had anything next. Do you have Phoenix? What you had next?
Wrap up.
Oh, you're good.
Oh,
all right, yeah.
We're not doing any comic roundtable.
I'm behind as a motherfucker.
I'm behind like a champ. So
yeah, you guys are all behind. Oh, we also have a cop on the show now, so I don't know if we could.
Wait, well, we're on the show. Tristan, do you want to read Tristan?
This podcast is being recorded.
Well, I'm actually.
Wait, Tristan ain't no damn cop.
Yeah,
man, you weren't there when you tried to first 48 my ass.
He asked us mad questions about our comics. Like, but not questions about like interest in reading them. About like how we read them.
How do you obtain them?
You can't even. Say
you got to go, Fed. You got to go.
Yeah, he's 12. This motherfucker is 12.
He's what do you call it on a Reggie? A loud and what else?
What? Mid
Phoenix.
What
the fuck?
I don't know. Listen, I don't know.
That you tried.
I get an A for effort. Fuck you, fat boy.
No,
you do not.
You really fuck you. Like we can't even post something loud now for like the rest of the week. You done fucked it up for everything. You just made the whole week mid. The fuck. See, I used it right there.
Yeah, there you go.
But I'll start the shout outs.
If Drew gets dropped from this call, don't say nothing.
Ooh.
Yeah, bitch. No, just a quick shout out. We give a quick moment of silence to this, like, all the fucking tragedies around the world right now. Like, we were talking yesterday, it was like a couple of earthquakes. Puerto Rico is like fucking wiped away. Mad people displaced.
No power in PR.
No power. Now. They saying like months to a year and type of shit. So
Houston and Florida still reeling.
Fuck the Red Cross as usual.
They stealing money again.
But yeah, this good vibes, positive. Just get through it. Like we feel for y'all. This, if everyone donating this, make sure you donate into like legit charities and shit like that. Like I know in Houston, couple of I don't be a tangent, but just even with other towns and like certain rappers like Bun B, Trader Truth, where like it's just like in New York, like Sandy happened. Motherfuckers ain't coming out here to raise no money. He's like, yeah, New York rapper don't give a fuck.
Nope.
But shout out to like people that's out there helping. Like it's definitely needed. This is the time people come together and shit like that. And just a regular shit. To the listeners, as usual, these guys, we've been gone a couple weeks and shit, but we here, we still gaming. We're trying to read more ideas and shit like that.
Yeah, I'm just now learning how to read. It's great.
Yeah, it's been, but questions and all that kind of shit. Like, we definitely appreciated good topics and stuff y'all bring us too. So keep all that stuff going.
Phoenix told me, I heard y'all motherfuckers, man. Y'all was saying some real
well,
cool
we got
shit.
2 weeks. Aren't you supposed to get a fade in 2 weeks from his friend that you cursed out?
No, I know, but like this is positive because Phoenix told me that we got a lot of positive reviews on the Defender show that we did.
Oh yeah, because you fucking cursed the show out.
because I took a shit on the show, and thank you guys.
Yeah, it was funny because like I got like 4 or 5 different text messages and was like, if we had to crown the VIP of this episode, it would definitely be Chris. And I'm like, out of the history of this motherfucker being on here, Chris is the MVP.
He's been the Punisher, just like the fucking anti-hero every fucking show, cursing out all the listeners. All the listeners actually like him.
Yeah, I mean, thank you guys. That's gonna go far with me for a little while. It'll last about another week probably into the next show, and then I'll forget all about it and be hating all of you motherfuckers all over again. So,
are we gonna do something? Or are we just gonna wait for Comic-Con before we do something again?
Huh?
I mean, what is there? No, we can do something next week. I think
we could do the documentary.
Exactly.
We could do the documentary and Cuphead.
Yeah, and a Spider-Man Homecoming on digital Blu-ray formats next Tuesday.
We've seen the fucking movie. What are we gonna talk about it? I went to the store. I went to
there's a lot to talk about the movie. It has the great Robert. I mean, duh.
Do your shout outs. Do your shout outs. The fuck.
Well, if we're doing that, I'd like to go off of your shout out thingy, where the FEMA workers, who are the unsung heroes, who work damn near around the clock to help out the victims of these hurricanes, and again, prayers for the people that are affected by the earthquakes. The listeners,
Mexico. I didn't mention Mexico. Mexico got it bad, bro.
Yeah. I really wish that would have happened in the White House. Swallow that bitch.
Oh my god. Yo, did you see his Africa comment?
I did, but that's gonna put you on another 15-minute.
No, I'm not. I wasn't even going on. I was leaving it at that. I was
what Africa comment?
I was just actually saw it. That's all. I was leaving it there because
what he say? What he
say? Go on.
All right. Well, to Tristan briefly, he just said that.
Oh, he said tangent.
We know. We all know what he said. We know what he said.
Oh,
no, I really don't.
Know? Oh, no, I'm just telling what he said. He basically shout out to Africa. I got a lot of friends trying to make money out there. That's basically what he said. Anyway.
Not in Cape Town.
Fucking Claw.
You had to see the documentary to know where that one was going. Oh my god!
Wow.
What I said was problematic. So we're gonna keep.
I was laughing at what Tristan said.
Thank you. I was too. I was laughing at what Tristan said because not a lot of people are gonna get that.
I missed it. I have to listen.
He said claw.
And Drew still doesn't get it. Interesting.
Yeah, it went over my head. Sorry.
It's fine, Ned. Don't worry. So
fuck you.
So I'd also like to thank all the Kias around the world. Hey, Kia.
Oh my god.
It's so funny. Drew gets annoyed about that. It's hilarious.
Wait, this is
fucking annoying, bro.
Hold on. This is a little problematic now because you guys are both like bigging up, first responders and FEMA and what have you, and then I'm sitting here talking about shouting out the listeners for liking me for being angry. Like I feel like a shithead.
I mean, I don't really have anything special.
Well, no, I mean,
like I don't give a fuck about victims of hurricanes and earthquakes and shit.
I spoke for all of us there. That's what he just took upon himself. I didn't expect y'all to do that also. So I kind of just did it for all of us as a good.
Now I kind of feel like I have to, but I don't feel like I should do it. Like I was begrudged into doing it. Then it
pressure.
Yeah, and it looks like I don't care about the victims, but I do.
No, we do. We talk about that shit too because this shit is whack. We laugh at Trump and
talk
about that shit.
Yeah, I mean, when Kim Jong-un is saying that our president has some mental issues,
A
then,
dictator made a better statement than
yeah,
any that the president has done. His statement, like, I mean, granted, he probably didn't write it, but whatever.
it's getting close to the end, folks. Stop paying your
Yeah.
bills.
Fuck you, turn it off anyway.
There's no reason to. He said, hey, we're going to turn your lights off if we the final notice. Whatever.
Don't call me.
Wow.
This shit's-
So
this
also,
shit's- This shit's going ass up soon, son. Ain't going to need lights where we're going.
oh wow. Also a shout out to I think we said listeners, and then you all for being here. And
Even me? That's
yeah,
crazy.
of course, it's always a great. And also to this new iPhone that I won't be getting until April, because I don't know if you saw the new reports that came out today.
What?
Besides that, it's a big piece of glass.
What, the 8 or
Like,
the 8 or
what
the
fuck?
X?
The
X.
10, the X, whatever.
The
The iPhone X Factor. What does it say?
You're not getting that DMX phone?
The iPhone.
Not until
Xbox
spring,
One
or
X.
at least if I wait till June, I'm just gonna wait for next year's model.
All
to
right,
hit
what is
because
what is
What
the-
is the
what they're
story?
saying
Yeah.
is that they are vastly behind production, and if you're not in the first initial wave, you're not getting it until next year.
Oh, I thought you were going
Oh,
to say something
I knew
about the
that.
phone being shit.
Oh yeah,
inside.
being fucked up or something.
Who cares
I
about
mean,
not being on the
That's
first
because they
wave?
can't
want-
get Samsung to make enough of those OLED screens. So
Well, clearly they want to sell more Galaxies. They was like,
Durr.
oh, if you can't get an iPhone, then I'll just get a Galaxy.
Raptor.
instead.
Yeah, they want everybody to have fucking Snapchat videos that look like the Blair Witch Project.
You look like the Grudge.
I'm not even
Nobody can
excited
see
for the
you.
phone. That's like what the phone is doing. Is just added mass Snapchat features. Like, I'm not a teenage girl. I don't care about doggy faces.
Speak
like
for yourself.
honestly, like
Yeah, speak for yourself, bro.
yeah, speak for yourself, sis.
We're all
Well,
teenage
clear-
girls.
Well, clearly you two. You
I
know
mean,
what they
realistically though, if I had shut your mouth, if I had to,
You saw that joke, right?
listen here, Kia. Okay,
Oh my God.
Don't that you're gonna go low blow me with the joke I
See,
hate.
How's that's not a low blow. I don't get it, but either
I
way,
just don't like the jokes. So I know it's not, but just because I don't like it, you know. it's gonna
I don't
piss me
understand it, so I'm gonna take it as disrespect.
off. Yeah, yo,
right.
You using some big words here. I don't really like it.
Don't worry. Like how last year I was screaming Martha, this year will be Kia. Don't worry. It's
Oh
fine.
wow!
Oh god!
Wow! I can't believe you guys just did Kevin Hart line with all he's going through. Right?
Oh yeah. I did use it. I mean,
Shout out to Jumanji coming out.
Shut up.
Oh my god, you see the shit with that? So basically, his wife's staying with him, and he's getting like this $118,000 baby shower. So this
Mhm.
chick tried to get 10 mil out of him, and he
Mhm.
just said, "Fuck it, I'll just keep my wife for 118."
Wait.
Like,
Here's the thing, though. If I was her, I would stay with this motherfucker too. Like,
Oh
well,
yeah.
clearly, like, and that's something like you're pregnant and you don't have a job. He's the breadwinner. Like, at the end of the day, fuck it, let him cheat all you want, because you could cheat too. Just stay home.
no,
watch
the
your
thing
kids.
is,
That's his McRib.
basically, thank you. But basically, you
rib.
got caught with
They ain't limited
infidelity.
supplies.
He could divorce him for everything, but no.
No, they got a prenup.
Oh,
So I mean, she could divorce him and she'll get a decent amount of money because of the kid. Because like the kid alone, she'll cake off the child support. But
with
I guess-
divorces that high, you would still have to give them, what do they call that? Like allowances type deal? Because
Mhm.
of the kind of lifestyle that you're used to living. Which
oh
is,
yeah, like a Mary
Yeah.
husband. He did it.
Yeah.
for
Well, you
the
know,
brothers.
Kevin Hart's kids eat diamonds, so you have to.
I set the video earlier. He's in the car, like they didn't even want to be recorded. They're like sitting there, like, what the fuck? And he's like recording, smiling, just all over the car. Like, yo, this motherfucker just like. It's not as up there with OJ, but it's some OJ level type shit. Where
Of
you
course,
know
it's
the
not
mo-
up there with OJ. He didn't kill two
Well,
people.
OJ killed them. He killed the
Allegedly,
people.
allegedly.
But we know he
Allegedly.
killed. But he did. Like this guy was caught red-handed, and it's just like he's lived like nothing happened. I'm a regular motherfucker like me. A girl like my pick, and my girl's on my case. Who the fuck is that?
Well,
And this motherfucker's out here fucking prostitutes in Vegas and just living life.
guess
Get
what,
money.
Drew? You ain't worth $108 million.
And she wanted 10 of it.
So you better not like no bitch pictures.
Yo,
Basically.
she said, "Yo, give me 10." He said, "I'll tell her myself." Like,
Yeah, I'm only worth a couple of sodas and a beef patty. I like one picture. My life is over.
good night.
Like,
yeah.
I hate you. I hate you so
Yeah.
much. Did you
I'm
a couple of sodas and a beef patty? Go to sleep.
Well,
bro.
well, a beef
that's
patty
a
with cocoa bread. I got a raise coming soon.
That's a New York nutrition right there.
Nice.
You didn't see what you saw what Tris was at my house. He freaking brought like 8 Arizonas. Like that was
he
I
has
was
a problem.
thirsty.
He has a problem. No, you weren't
I was
thirsty.
thirsty.
You have
It's a mental
problem.
illness.
That is not in your mind.
8 Arizonas.
That is in your fucking body.
Yes, but
Thirsty now.
as you see, like this is a lot of these things we're talking about here too are from Comic-Con weekend. So with it upcoming in the next 2 weeks,
The 1 year anniversary.
Yeah. So if you
we
guys see us
another
around,
big weekend.
come say hi. I'll cuss you out. It'll be
Oh yeah,
fun.
no, definitely. If anyone that is attending, shoot us an email. Like we'll do a unofficial meetup or whatever in
At the
lobby.
BBQs.
We'll have an unofficial panel at BBQ.
Oh
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Our
no,
offshoot
deadass,
panels.
If y'all
Offsite
going
panel.
to Comic-Con, if y'all deadass going to Comic-Con, email us and we will have a fucking panel in the middle of that shit like we did the Tekken tournament. We will take over a motherfucker's
We
space.
really did take over that space, did we not?
Yes.
Yeah, we did.
So yeah, if we did. This is all impromptu. We just here talking right now. So
And
yeah,
Della
y'all out
lost embarrassingly.
Della
Ass whooped.
there. But yeah, if there's like a couple, if there's 3 of y'all motherfuckers, we just gonna take over space and just be making noise and talking shit.
Yeah, we'll
be
take
calling
whatever
out
you got
Kia
too.
all weekend.
Oh my god.
And bring some money because me and Phoenix like to drink.
Oh yeah, we're gonna be. Damn, wait, no, they check our book bag though. But what if?
No, you got to do what Brooks did. You have to. Is Brooks coming?
I don't know.
He's
I
asking
think-
for reasons.
Yeah, he's only asking for the liquor part. If he saw how Brooks was talking the
Yo,
other day,
yeah.
he wouldn't.
I don't know. I think Brooks is still
Problematic.
trying to swindle tickets 2 weeks prior to the fucking con.
Well,
I have
he can
no
get it
idea
in
what
the
he's
front
doing.
anyway. But it
Yeah.
depends on the resale.
I don't know, man.
Like-
He could just walk up there with his stupid ass cowboy boots and say he's cosplaying as Woody from fucking Toy Story. Just get the fuck in.
There's a snake in my boots.
Yo, he dead ass walked up in
I'm a
that shit
snake.
by himself. He was-
Someone's
like,
poison the water.
This was a group activity for us. Brooks last year was just by himself and brought Comic-Con tickets. It was just mosey around
fucking
the building
in cowboy boots with his mustache twirled up like a dumbass vaudevillian,
and a purple hoodie.
This asshole said a VOD.
looking like a true idiot.
Drunk as fuck. Me scared the whole weekend anytime I got in the car with him. This motherfucker drives like a mad. Like
I think that whole weekend was kind of and I think what cemented it outside of the Gorn for us it was the fact that when me and Chris literally went downstairs into the abyss to get something to eat,
that's all liquor.
both saw liquor and dropped everything we had in our hands. I was like, okay, I get you, you get me, and this is what we're going to do right here. Like,
I wonder if
The
Ric Flair's gonna be
abyss.
there again this year. He said he's not drinking no more either.
who?
Ric Flair, he stopped.
Oh yeah.
Diamond
Well,
Brooks.
yeah, he
No,
has
I don't
to.
think Nature's
He
gonna be
better
there.
stop.
I don't think Nature's gonna be there.
Nah, I don't think he has it to be doing cons.
Actually,
Yeah.
Mark Hamill's gonna be there this year.
Oh, really?
Ooh,
That's
the
fine.
Joker.
I'm just not with paying these motherfuckers $50 just to take a selfie.
But here's the thing, though: you can only see him if you win a lottery.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the line would probably be ridiculous anyway for him.
I would just want him to just say something to me in the Joker voice, and I can just walk away. I don't have to. I'll pay you like $20.
You know how annoyed he probably is with shit like that. That's like when motherfuckers could rap or sing, and he'd be like, "Rap, sing right now." like,
Spit a quick 16, Mark Hamill.
like, yo, I'm
Do
buying
it.
a hero. I'm buying a hero, bro. What the fuck? I'm
Busting
not trying
shots
to
at your feet like a Looney Tunes villain.
rap.
Dance boy.
Do it. Yeah, but yeah, that would be. Did y'all sign up for that shit too? By the way, the panel. Or whatever?
We did shout outs and we're still talking.
I know, right? It's interesting how we
Yeah.
said let's wrap this shit up, and we're still going. No, because you didn't send me the fucking link.
Apologies. I'll send it.
What
to you
panels
right
are we
now.
trying to do? Let's
I'm
not
only
talk
wanting
about
to
this
do
now.
Marvel and
Well, no.
Archer. Those are the only two panels I want.
Oh yeah.
Wait,
There's a
I think
Runaways
it's-
viewing.
I don't
want
wanna
to
see
I don't want to
that.
see that.
If anyone wants to
I
go,
did the-
I'll go. But
I did the Legos one just to see if I get some stuff for my
The
nephew.
what now?
The
The
Legos.
Lego one. The
I want to
panel.
hear Drew say it again.
The Legos.
Like Migos
Okay.
with an L.
Motherfucker
Yeah,
said
Lego.
Legos.
Legos. You better Lego
That
that
new
boy.
Lego song.
The Legos.
Yeah, let's go to the Migos panel. That's fine.
Yeah, no, most of the lottery panels all stink, but I just did the
They
Funko
all
one.
stink.
Yeah, I mean, I'll just have more fun just roaming the place.
I ain't doing
as
too
we
much of
did
that.
last year. I just want to check out Artist Alley so I can see what I want to buy on Sunday.
Yeah, I don't think there's actually not one
Half price.
Other than the Punisher panel. There's no panel I'm even interested in really this year. Like
No,
New
yeah.
York really got dicked over.
That and I feel like I'm on my fucking Danny Glover shit now. Like I'm getting too old for this shit.
Wait a minute,
Don't
Chris,
wanna be-
didn't you get a picture the last day of the show as well?
Yeah, I got my cool fucking
Yeah.
Scott Hall and Kevin Nash comic book poster that you got me.
Oh yeah, that's right.
The one that's laminated.
Yeah, I still have that Batgirl statue in the fucking box upstairs. That bitch isn't
Great.
even
So
out.
Money well
and you're-
spent.
And you're going this year to buy. And you're going this year to buy another one. To
Yeah.
fucking just
He'll
leave
probably
the
buy a
box.
T'Challa figure and put that up before he even unearths Babs from her box.
That's the funny thing.
Racist.
That's the only. That I
Racist.
swear to God, that's the only thing I want. If they have a T'Challa like from the Black Panther movie, I'm all
Oh,
on
they
that.
definitely will.
I'm all on.
They
it.
definitely will.
Giggity.
Yeah, probably.
Pause.
Okay.
Yeah, but let's get the fuck out of here. Tristan, shout outs.
I'd like to give shout outs to the friends
Shout
and
out Quarter
family
Circle.
of the victims.
Oh, come on!
I'd also
Damn,
like to
Chris
give
ain't Chris ain't shit.
I'd also like to give a shout out to my boys at the 69th preset.
Man, get
Fed.
the fuck out of here.
69 fucking empanadas ass
Exactly.
motherfucker.
Accurate.
You could even keep that fake ass shout out regular. You had to make it sexual.
That's him. But yeah, shout out to empanadas. Always hungry.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus Christ. One day we'll maybe explain empanadas on here. Maybe.
No.
No, that's a
maybe
secret.
not. Yeah, maybe not. Then sorry.
Come
guys.
to the
stays-
panel if you want to find out.
Come to the
Hey, come
offsite
to
panel.
The unofficial panel. We'll have it where we met Sting at. We'll have it there.
Right by the escalator.
Yeah, right in the middle of fucking everything.
Get the fuck out of here.
Chris.
Watch. Don't let me come with a bullhorn or some shit. It's fucking over.
I don't think they'll let you in.
I was going to say they not letting your Black Panther ass in there with no fucking bull panel.
I throw that
Bull
shit over
panel.
the gate. A bull panel.
Not over the
Over
gate.
what
That's
gate?
what I call
are you
it.
talking about?
There's when the line
Actually, you
walks in
could.
is a gate.
No, you
There's a
could.
gate
If you
How-
are down below and you just catch
how-
that shit, he drops it from above.
Giggity.
there.
Shout out
Wow.
Phoenix.
We're making conspiracies on
Leave
here.
that alone.
We're making conspiracies on the. We have to edit this out now.
No, no.
Oh, your Fed. Oh, your Fed's also cool.
Everything's going in.
Oh yeah, I got a
She
few
said it.
finishes up in this group.
Can we leave?
This is a year in the making.
Thank you. Chris, can you go ahead?
Can we leave? Can we
Chris,
go?
Are you done?
Yeah.
Okay, well, ladies and gentlemen, that was episode 113 of the King Cast.
The
Yes. Yes.
Okay, no, seriously. Okay, now we can do it.
Yeah, of the Phoenix Podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us this week. Chris, take us out.
Bye.